So I just thought I'd make a quick Dakota video real quick. I mean, obviously I didn't say real quick, but so as you guys can see, the Dakota is up there and running and still has a little puddle under it. That is because of a first for me. I had someone tell me today, look, my truck was smoking, and I looked underneath it and I'm like, man, there's a ton of oil under here. Now, there's grab marks on the side here. That was me getting the oil filter off. But this whole top piece, I have no idea what happened. I haven't hit anything. I haven't run anything over. But apparently, there's a really small leak right there. We're under pressure. Great song, by the way. It would start leaking. This is a definite first for me. As you see, there's the new filter. Now, the weirdest part is where it was damaged was right there. Right on the very top. I have no idea what happened. I fully trust the guy who changed the oil in this. I think, yeah, I take everything here to him just for convenience sake, and he does it at a better price than I can buy the oil and filter at. But I also got this thing aligned. So my only thought is maybe someone had a pry bar down in here and they knocked the filter and it wasn't leaking for them. Because that's been done 2 weeks ago, and I really haven't driven this thing much of any. But apparently, I should just push this thing off of these. I can check the oil here in a minute. But apparently, now I've never aligned a vehicle. I don't know how this stuff works. I know they had to replace some ball joints in here, because it's a Dodge, go figure. And the only thing I think of is someone whacked it with a pry bar and didn't notice. I mean, it didn't leak when they had it. It's just a matter of time, I guess. See, originally I know that the valve covers leak, and I assumed my valve cover leak just got really bad because when I first got to where I was going, I wasn't even here yet. I was at that second job. It was all dripping back in here. So I was like, well, there's no line back there. So that's the weirdest darn thing ever. But, yeah, I guess just another good reminder to always double check other people's work. I have for years, and the person I took it to would probably make it right with me, but it's only a $5 filter, so I'm not that concerned. No damage done. I noticed this morning when I started it up that it seemed like it was smoking a little bit more, but it had been sitting for 3 or 4 days. So my assumption was this stuff was just built up when it's burning off, because you guys can't really see it. But as you can tell, my valve covers leak pretty good. So luckily, I also always check the oil in this thing just because I know it leaks just a little. It never normally leaks enough to do anything. But luckily, I know I checked it, probably 5 days ago, and noticed it was full, so I'm like, okay, cool. And actually, when I got to the second job today, it was, I needed a longer dipstick to find any, I suppose you could say. But, just a little freak thing that happened to me. I just felt like sharing. Also, stay tuned for more Dakota content if anybody likes that. I don't, because that means I have to work on it. But it's going to get a new power steering pump. Now, I have watched a video about how a guy did it. I'm going to try a slightly different method. Might not work. Probably won't work, but I'm going to try. So, hopefully I can do it this weekend. Have that video up next week. We'll see. Boat is still in there. It's off its trailer, though. But I'm thinking Friday I should get this up to finish the trailer. I just want to recarpet that wood, get the boat out of the garage, and it just needs another coat of paint on the sides and inside. So theoretically, it doesn't really need much. It can sit outside for a couple days. Just have to make sure it's dry when I try to put the second coat on. But yeah, just a neat little thing with the Dakota. I don't know if the AC in this thing works. That compressor does not want to turn, so I'm going to say it doesn't. That could potentially become another project in the future, because I'd imagine I just have to do compressor. Can't think of that valve's name. Expansion valve. And if it has a filter, I'd have to do that as well because I'll be opening up the system. But I don't know if this little canister's it. Oh, I've never done one. I've never done all this in a vehicle. I've done it on tractors, and the canisters are normally much bigger. And I would not think that little guy would be it. But I have everything to do it. I just need to. But I kind of figure let's make sure the Dakota is worth putting air conditioning in first. And also, I believe that's a smog pump. I don't know. Someone else knows more than me. I'm more than happy to be all ears. So I'm not used to vehicles that are this new and having to mess with them much. But that also will not turn. So I'm assuming it's also locked up, which is probably why there's no belts on either of them. The guy before me told me he got it with no belts on it. So that's just how I've been running it. But thanks for watching. Just a short video, just to kind of show something neat I thought. Guess keep tuning in if you want to see that done. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna.